To say we're going through different times right now would be an underestimate, because right now the dental profession is going through, well, what it's never been through before. And when you're looking at a transition, that makes a lot of questions enter the picture. What do we do about that? Well, today you are in for a treat, because we're going to talk about how you can make the decision now and start thinking about where you're going to go. Hi, I'm Terry Brock with Dental Nachos, and I get a chance to work with Dr. Paul Goodman. We call him Dr. Nacho, and he's joining us right now to talk about this very important topic at a very important time. Paul, nice to have you with us today.
Thanks for talking with me, Terry. Appreciate it.
Well, you have given a lot of good videos on Facebook Live, and you've talked about it in many different ways about what's going on right now with the current virus hitting the world, how that is specifically affecting dentists. And now we're looking at transitions. There's a lot going on in there. What do you see happening in that space today for dentists?
I mean, to say there is a, like you had mentioned, a first time for everything is an understatement. So in the practice transition world, buy a practice, work at the practice, sell a practice, this process is complex usually on a normal basis, because you have to find a licensed dentist in your state to purchase your business. Let's just talk about what's happening right now. And I call it PCV, pause coronavirus crisis. So we have BCV before the coronavirus, PCV paused, and ACV after the coronavirus crisis. So right now in PCV, as a practice broker, I have awesome dentists, awesome buyers, awesome sellers that are paused. And why are they paused? Because for the first time in the history of dentistry, it's been grounded. None of us can work at our practices. I'm a practice owner too, the way we're accustomed to, and we don't know when we're going to reopen. So in this world of practice transitions and nacho plate, you have attorneys, you have accountants, and the most important person in the whole thing, the bank. The bank is what gives money to the buyer to give to the seller. And my practice deals that I have on the proverbial nacho plate are all paused. And they're paused because when dentistry reopens, Terry, what is going to happen to our practices? Are patients going to come back in the same way? Are they going to take a break from dental care? Have they lost their insurance? So what I see, Terry, and what is to bring the reality to dentists in the transition space is it will become necessary for a practice to reopen and do dentistry again to see where their revenue is at before they finish with that practice transition, in my opinion.
Yeah, it seems like it's that pause is really disconcerting itself. If we knew, okay, it's going to start on this date or that date sometime in the future, we could at least orient that way. But we really don't know. What do you recommend to dentists to do during this time of unknown pausing?
Yeah, dentists do not do well with uncertainty. People don't in general, but especially dentists, because we're used to solving problems. So one is ABE, always be exploring. So when you're paused, if you're a buyer, explore different avenues. Keep in contact with all your advisors. There might not be a lot to do, but just keep connected with everybody involved in this deal. If you're a seller, you have to just take the proverbial deep breath and realize, unfortunately, something's happened that's never happened before. And you may have thought you were going to sell your practice 30 days from now, but that is not realistic. So gather your team, gather your advisors and say, what are we going to do when we reopen to get our patients back in safely, so that they know what to do next, and we all know what to do, and we're all in this state of suspended animation. So ABE, always be exploring, is my best recommendation for people in the transition space.
I like that. ABE, always be exploring. I'm thinking Abe Lincoln would agree with that as well. Well, Paul, there's going to be a lot of questions that they have, and we can't cover all of that on video, but you are able to help people. What's the best way for them to reach out, to connect with you for some individual one-on-one coaching and help and just somebody to talk to?
Thanks for asking. I really appreciate that, Terry. It's one of the things I really enjoy doing, helping dentists figure out JFO, just find out what the next step is, who to talk to next, what to think about next, sometimes just so they can get their spouse or significant other calm. So to reach out to us, salsa@dentalnachos.com is our best email for this. Dentalnachos.com, our website, has a number of different toppings, super reasonable ways to connect with us so we can help you make the best next decision. Or in this state of the PCV, pause coronavirus crisis, just think about that next decision so you can ABE, always be exploring. So I'd love to hear from you, dentalnachos.com or salsa@dentalnachos.com.
Well, we'll leave it right there. And thank you for being with us today. Paul, we appreciate what you're doing, particularly at this time in our world as you're helping dentists. Thank you for being with us and for helping us on this.
I appreciate it, Terry. We're all in this together and we'll get through it.